JustVOX.
Welcome back to JustVOX Reviews. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you are watching for the first time. Max's Warrior is a martial arts period drama series developed from an original concept and treatment by Bruce Lee. The story follows a gifted martial artist who arrives in San Francisco from China in search of his sister and finds himself trapped in the Tong Wars of the late 1870s. In the season 3 finale, titled A Window of Fucking Opportunity, Sahm faces perhaps the most critical moment of his life when he must choose between his brothers in Hop Wei and his sister Mai Ling. Toy and Nellie get their revenge on Strickland for Lai and the other girls. It turns out that Buckley doesn't know everything about the new woman in his life. Meanwhile, Lee serves as the co-lead of a raid in Chinatown. Here is everything you might want to know about the ending of Warrior Season 3 Episode 10. And please note that there will be spoilers ahead in this recap. Retribution and comeuppance are important themes in the Season 4 finale of Warrior. It begins with Mai Ling visiting Eliza Pendleton, the wealthy socialite she befriended earlier in the season. Their friendship soured after Eliza caught her husband and Mai Ling in what she apparently presumed was a compromising position. Aware of who Mai Ling is, Eliza is terrified seeing the other woman in her home, truly believing that she will die this evening. But much to her surprise, and to that of the audience, Mai Ling doesn't kill her, despite the fact that Eliza's actions landed her in prison and forced her to endure torture. Mai Ling gives the other woman a knife, compelling her to face the truth that her husband is a philanderer and arming her so that she will kill him in the future. Strickland is alone in his home when Nellie and Atoy break in. Although he defeated Lai, but he is no match for Atoy despite being a veteran of war. Just after Atoy kills him, Bill and Leary arrive with the Irish gangster turned mass leader seeking revenge. Nellie and Atoy flee, and Leary and Bill have little choice but to get rid of Strickland's body, knowing they will trace the man's murder to Leary. Although they burn Strickland in the cement factory's incinerator, they know this isn't over. When someone like Strickland suddenly goes missing, people will ask questions. Elsewhere, Atoy lets herself grieve for the first time since the deaths of Lai and the other girls. Buckley and Catherine are walking on the street together when the latter encourages the former to look beyond his tenure as a mayor. Buckley is inherently cynical, and given what we have seen of the man, it's for good reasons. However, he seems to be really hopeful about a future with Catherine, unaware that she and his political aide, Stuart Gum, are sleeping together. As the Secret Service prepares to raid the Long Zai territory, Bill is reluctant to go forward with it, knowing that Buckley keeps the police out from that part of Chinatown. But Mosley and Lee convince him. As Bill informs Buckley, the latter can't do much except ensure that Mai Ling remains free. He reproves her for not letting him be part of her schemes, observing that for an incredibly intelligent woman, she can be quite short-sighted also, something with which Mai Ling can only agree. Ah Sham previously accepted the Secret Service's terms of showing them the place where the plates are kept in exchange for Yanmi's freedom. Meanwhile, informed by Mr. Chow, the drug trafficking ring operating out of Barbary Coast also shows up, turning the struggle for the plates into a three-way struggle between them, Hop Wei, and the authorities. After a brutal skirmish in which all sides lose several members, Ah Sham kills the leader of the Barbary Coast drug trafficking ring and hands the plates over to Lee. On his way out, he is knocked unconscious by one of the police officers waiting outside. However, Hong comes to his rescue and takes him back to the Hop Wei headquarters. Mosley gets his plates back and leaves San Francisco happily after promising Lee that he will get his record wiped clean. Lee then comes to visit Bill's family with Abigail and tentatively expresses his desire to rejoin the police in the future. When Sahm wakes up, several hours have passed and he discovers that Hop Wei is preparing for something. He initially thinks they intend to hunt down Yanmi before learning that Youngjun believes Mai Ling is responsible for the raid. The Hop Wei leader knows that Mai Ling is at her weakest at this point, and that even Liang is no longer at her side. He concludes that this is the perfect time to strike against their biggest rival Tongs. The choice that Ah Sham has been dreading since the start of the series is finally here, and he ultimately chooses blood over the bonds of brotherhood he has formed with the members of Hop Wei, defeating everyone who intends to harm his sister, including Hong and Youngjun. Afterward, Ah Sham reunites with Mai Ling, who has managed to survive the people Youngjun sent in advance. As she embraces him, Mai Ling realizes what her brother has done. At the end of the season, the siblings have no one but themselves. Lee releases Yanmi and gives her back the counterfeit money she set aside. She goes back to her home and fails to convince her father to leave with her. Yanmi goes to the station and fully intends to wait there until Sahm shows up, and they can leave together. However, Chow appears and gives her the money Ah Sham has saved up and convinces her to leave. Just as the train leaves the station, Xing returns, stabbing Chow multiple times and leaving the man to die in the pool of his own blood. Although we don't exactly see Chow die, his chances of survival are relatively small. In the mid-credit scene, the remaining members of Long Z approach Liang and discards the coats that underscore their affiliation, indicating that they are no longer part of that particular Tong. But as their actions mimic what Liang did earlier, it implies that they will follow him from now. A smile starts to play on Liang's lips, as it seems he has accepted he is meant to be a leader of his own Tong. And that's all on the season finale recap on Warrior. Dropping us a comment in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and share this video.